Hello, how you doing? I'm going to give you a quick no BS guitar lesson here on how to play the very cool but highly unknown Queen song, If You Can't Beat Them. As in, if you can't beat them, join them. It's really only got three different parts. There's a verse, which serves as the intro. There's a chorus, and then there's kind of a riffy thing that has two internal parts. I'll show them both to you. You got to practice them to get them right. I'm not going to show you the guitar solos because that's really not the fun part and that's not what I'm here for. I'm going to show you the two rhythm parts because they're fun to play and you can do it on an acoustic guitar and it sounds pretty good. I should tell you before we get too far. The recording of the song, if you listen to the jazz album from 1978, the recording is tuned sharp. So it's clear that they didn't, either their tuner was a little off or they just tuned to each other. So if you want to play along with the recording, you need to tune your guitar up just a little bit. The easiest way to do it is to use the D chord. So just play your D string and tune it up until you're in tune with the song and then retune your guitar. So here is the verse, which also serves as the intro. Now, Brian May plays around with the rhythm a little bit, but it's a pretty straightforward thing. It's only three chords, D, A, and G. You already know those chords. Now the chorus throws in a couple extra chords, but we'll get to those in a second. So here's the verse. So there's that little kind of strummy part on the D, right? Then down to A for just a beat, and then to G. So A is your back and forth, right? It's mostly D and G, and the A gets you back and forth. And you'll hear that those rhythmic stops that you can hear the drum emphasizes them with the cymbals. So that was the verse, right? Now, when it gets ready to go to the chorus, there's a little hitch right at the end of the verse that they go to the B. So it comes out of the chorus, the verse rhythm. And then instead of going to D, it goes to B. That's where Freddie sings, "Give as good as you get." And then gets a little messy, but it's just going, right? So you got a little stutter on the low E string with G and F sharp. And then to a big E chord. Now I'm muting out the G string so you don't hear it major or minor. It's just, all right? So I'll just play that again. And then it goes into the chorus. Now for the chorus, it's a little harder to play on open chords, so you got to go up the neck a little bit, but it's not difficult. There's really only four chords. You've got E as a power chord, B as a power chord, C sharp, and D. So that's all you got to do. Right? And then there's a little A, so let me play that for you again. You've got the same part twice, separated by that little run down here at the bottom with an E and an A chord, A and an E chord. With a hard stop. And this is where the two little licky parts come in. There's one that ends the chorus and then there's one that's kind of in between. So the one that ends the chorus is just a little a run on A, right? Because we're at the end of that riff, they go to A. So it goes like this. So you can play that in a couple of different places, right? This note is there, so you can go, whoops, you got to play the right notes. But if you're already doing that, That's later on. So they actually do it, he does it two different ways. One's got an extra beat. Most in the two choruses with the singing, right? But then at the end of the song, it's a little more Chuck Berry. So that's the riff at the end of the chorus. Then there's a riff kind of in between. And this one's a little more hard to play, but it's not impossible. It basically centers kind of around, it starts on an F sharp, and it kind of centers around this box right here between G sharp and A sharp, right? So it goes. That's really the only tricky part, right? It's just a little chromatic run. So there it jumps over to the D string. Right, and then the very last time they play that riff before they cut back into the verse, it gets a little more chromatic and it ends on an E power chord. It goes like this. So the rhythm changes a little bit on the low E string. Instead of going, right? You're getting that 2 times you're banging the F sharp. For the very last time, you just play it once. So let me play that one more time, a little bit faster. As you can see, it's not a terribly complicated song. It's actually one of Queen's easier songs to play, as long as you're not trying to cop Brian May's guitar solos, which, like I said, I'm not here to show you. And pardon the bad note there, when I was playing the riff, I went up 1 fret too high on the upper part of the riff. Like a lot of songs, it's all in the production is what makes this song so cool. It's the layering, it's the parts, it's the singing, it's the lyrics. This is a song that Brian May wrote in 1977 or 78, and it just fits in really well in the middle of the jazz album, which is well worth checking out if all you've ever heard off of it is Bicycle Race and Fat Bottom Girls. Those are the 2 really famous songs from this album. There's a ton of great material on this album, and If You Can't Beat Them is one of the best. Take it easy. Come back soon for another No BS guitar lesson where I really just show you what you need to know to have fun playing the song, playing along with the record. You don't need to be a fantastic guitar player. You don't need to know how to do a bunch of wheedly-wheedly soloing. You can just play the guitar and have a good time. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. See you soon.